Good midnight, ladies and gentlemen, our NWSRevolution members and viewers. This is your color commentator here, Don Callis, also known as the Golden Announcer. And today, I'm going to give you my very late NWSRevolution Impact reveal. And what a interesting revolution impact it was. And what is the future of the NWSRevolution going to hold under new management, which I'm going to get to later. But anyway, let's begin with the NWSRevolution Impact Review. The commentators for the show were Josh Mathis and me, Don Callis. And then me and Josh Mathis welcome the fans to the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio, and won down the match card. Josh Mathis says we will feature Liam Hardy from XCW versus Devin the Demon, and we will also have Ricky Armstrong from XCW versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Then we will see Jason the Situation versus Michael Scars Minor versus Hellhound versus NWS in a first blood fatal 4-way match for the MWS Scars Championship. I, Don Callis, skin on the mic says MWS 2019 Royal Rumble winner Jesse James Resurrect. We'll have a sit down interview with MWS backstage interview of Michael Cole. Then Mitchell Mayette will face Ian Clean. Matt first gets back in the mic and says Agency Corporate Leader and MWS Universal Champion Scott Kisigo Esquire will face Negan for the NWS Universal Championship with Silver Robin Knight on commentary. Then we will see Dallas Cadman versus Mike the Axe-Murderer for the NWS World Heavyweight Championship and a ladder match. And the main event will be Jack Harvey versus General Joy for the NWS Intercontinental Championship and ownership of NWSRevolution. And a winner take our match. And then Mathis and tells the fans, do you enjoy the show as me and him go do commentary and plug the first match? And the first match was Liam Hardy versus Devin the Demon. This was the first match as Liam and Devin traded blows of Liam taking down Devin and giving him a lariat and a baseball slide, then a missile drop kick. Devin then gives Liam a hurricane rana, then a belly-to-belly suplex as he locks him in the Demon's Gate. But Liam refuses to tap out as he gets out of it. Devin then hits Liam with a backbreaker and an uppercut and flying headbutt as Liam fights off Devin with a mill kick at a diving clothesline and sit out inverted suplex slam. And then double leg drop and planker. Devin is able to battle back with a Superman punch and STO and an airplane spin as he gives him the big boot and then a power slam and ends as he drops Liam with a choke slam and tombstone pile driver and goes to pin him, but Liam kicks out at 2.5 and nails Devin with a sit-out jawbreak and plants a spine line at twist of Liam and Swanton Bomb as he pins him 1-2-3 winner Liam Hardy via pinfall with twist of Liam and Swanton Bomb. This match lasted 10 minutes and 25 seconds. After the match, Devin gets on the mic and tells Liam he definitely has a very bright future in the NWSRevolution, has made an impact here, and has also raised the bar as he tells him keep up the good work and gives him his full honor and respect and shakes his hand and raises his arm. Gotta say, this is a great match. I mean, I agree with them, the Demon. Liam Hardy definitely has a very bright future here in the NWSRevolution. So, yeah, so like I said, Liam Hardy definitely has a bright future here in the NWSRevolution, and both me and Josh Matthews are looking forward to seeing what Liam Hardy can do. He was amazing in the Royal Rumble, and him and Ricky Armstrong lasted there, and let's see what he can do here. And then after that, in the Agency Incorporated personal skybox suite, they are, they are shown and they are shown talking strategy as King Cody Bernard interviews Scott Casey Gale Esquire and says tonight he will defend his NWS Universal Championship against Negan from The Walking Dead with his best close friend forever and brother for life, Sir Robert Knight, on commentary. Scott Ox says next week he and Sir Robert Knight will be dealing with Ian Clean as they face him in a handicap discipline match, but of course that match is not going to happen because thank God. And the Knight says he and Scott will take the Agency Incorporated out to lunch the Flying Big for pizza dinner for pizza dinner like they always do. Oh geez, and then Robert Knight says Scott's right that annoying peasant known as Ian Clean is in for the punishment of his life and will be as they will be victorious making Ian his personal slave. Well, I, Don Cuts, don't think that's going to happen. And then King Cody Burnett says that is a brilliant idea. Yeah, show that fraud Ian Clean, whose boss Scott says we most certainly will. NWS World Heavyweight Champion Dallas Kahneman says he shut Ian Clean up once and for all at Revolution Rumble. And next week he will sit back he will sit back and watch as his brother Scott Casey Gale Esquire and show up and make his life a living hell when they do that next week. Because guys like Ian deserve that. General Jerry says tonight he will finally end Jack Harvey's reign as NWS Revolution owner and chairman of the chairman. The agency incorporated will General Jerry then says the agency incorporated will finally take over. Corporate insurance policy, Mr. Snippy tells the agency incorporated that a new era is coming to the NWS Revolution and it will be the era of the agency incorporated. Scott Casey Gill Esquire says these fickle, impotent fans will no longer get free meals and will now have to pay for their own way, and they will suffer the consequences for polluting the environment just like England will next week. Oh, God, just get off that environment stuff already, Scott. Jesus. And then Josh Maverick says, so don't the agency incorporated ever shut up? They are so annoying, especially Scott Casey Gill Esquire and Silver Night. As me and Memphis played the second match, it was Ricky Armstrong versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. This was the second match as Ricky and Rhodes wrestled back and forth with Ricky taking down Rhodes and giving him a flapjack, then a spinning heel kick and front face lock, as Rhodes gives Ricky a dark matter and then a bulldog in the STO and Queen's crossbow and Diamond Dust, then a drop kick and a knee drop and moonsault, Russian leg sweep and muscle buster. Ricky then bites Rhodes off by a DDT and a scoops him in coldbreaker, then a famous and full Nelson backbreakers. Rhodes finally fights off Ricky with a springboard roundhouse kick and Falling Star as he locks him in a sleeper holder, but Ricky gets out of it and hits Rhodes with an assisted cutter, then a backcracker and a hip toss and big splashes. As Rhodes drops Ricky with the crossroads and goes to pin him, but Ricky kicks out and hits a dragon bomb on Rhodes, then a sunset flip and snap and vertical press as he delivers the Armstrong Escalade on Rhodes for the pinfall. Winner Ricky Armstrong via pinfall with Armstrong Escalade. This match is 15 minutes. I gotta say, what a match! What a match! I mean, I'm very impressed with this Ricky Armstrong. That he seems totally impressive. I mean, he definitely has a bright future here in NWS Revolution. Just check out his wrestling style and career in XCW. You will be impressed. I mean, gotta say, this guy, I definitely see him as a singles champion. I mean, it's definitely just like Liam Hardy. This guy has a future. And then backstage, NWS General Manager Mr. Jesse Acevedo says how impressed he was with the 2019 Revolution Rumble and how proud he is of the new talent in the NWS, such as Liam Hardy and Ricky Armstrong. And says the bright future in them and hopes they definitely bring it to the table. The GM says he hopes Jack Harvey beats that traitor General Jerry tonight and takes his NWS Intercontinental Championship and stays his own and wishes Jesse good luck. Very motivating speech from Mr. Jesse Acevedo. And then in the Agents Incorporated suite, they called they called a GM a brown nose and that the GM will be very disappointed when Jack loses his power. So Scott Casey Gill Esquire and so up and I see the fans eating hot dogs, cheeseburgers, and hamburgers with fries. Scott Casey Gill Esquire and so up and then get out of their skybox suit and go off on the fans for putting toxic in their bodies and explain to the fans how hot dogs are made as they call the fans big old impotent. Scott tells the fans to shut up and says they should be ashamed of themselves for getting free meals. Scott then goes on a tirade on how Jack Harvey cheated to beat him at Revolution Rumble because of a shady referee and that the referee should be fired for bad officiating. because Jack knows he can't beat him fair and square. So Robin Knight says Jack Harvey is an egomaniac and interfered in his match against Shane McMahon and that Jack must pay for his sins and he will sue him in court. Scott says Jack is a big sinner and abuses his power. Scott then tells the fans to stop wasting their bodies for bad food and start eating fruits and vegetables because they are good for you. One fan throws a French fry at Scott Casey Gill Esquire and Sir Rob Knight. Scott yells, "Who did that?" Sir Rob Knight says, "Show yourself right now." The fan does as Scott Casey Gill Esquire and Sir Rob Knight walk up to him. Scott yells at the boy for throwing food on him, and Silver Knight calls him wasteful. The fans dump fires out over Scott Kissingale and Silver Knight, and as they slap him. Then Silver Knight puts the boy over his knee and gives him a spanking. Then Silver Knight takes the boy to the skybox and makes him sit on his lap as punishment for throwing fires at him and Scott. Oh, okay. I know I'm a heel color commentator, but this is ridiculous. What Scott Gale and Silver and I do know ridiculous. It's a free country. This is America. The fans can eat whatever the hell they want. And isn't it against the law for Scott Gale and Silver Knight to slap a fan? Because from what I heard, the fan is pressing charges against Scott Gale and Silver Knight. And isn't it against the law for Silver Knight to put a boy over his knee and spank him? It's not his kid, so it should be against the law for Silver Knight to spank a kid that is not his own. And for him and with Silver Knight making the kid sit in his lap. I mean, what the hell is wrong with Silver Knight? Isn't that kidnapping? Being apparently the boy's parents are looking into it, so there's a rumor going on. They have the boy's parents are pressing charges against Scott Gale and Silver Knight. And apparently, Cody Bernard is going to represent Scott Gale and Silver in court. Oh, boy. And then Josh Mapper says in commentary, can someone please cut Scott Gale and Silver Knight's mic off whenever they speak? Because all they ever say is nonsense. As we plug the third match, it's NWS Scotch Championship, Fatal 4-Way, with first blood match, Michael Scott's minor with Ethan Zober on this corner versus Jason, the Situation versus Hellhound versus Anubis. This is the third match, and all four men beat the hell out of each other and get a whole bunch of weapons. As Jason, the Situation hits Minor for a single point can as he goes crazy and tosses all three of them to a box of nails and dumps the nails all over Minor, Hellhound, and Anubis as he punches the hell out of them until Minor lays JTS out with the Minor bomb and scars him out. Then Hellhound drops Minor and Anubis with the burning hammer as he starts to claw at Minor, but Anubis stops him, lays him out with the Doomsday device, and JTS, Jason's Situation, plants Anubis at the end of days and wants to mine Hellhound. As a Jason, the Situation grabs a barbed wire baseball bat and hits Anubis and Hellhound across the back of it as well. Jason, the Situation is looking very dominant in this match, and Minor is able to fight off Jason, the Situation as all four men are doing everything they can to bust each other open, but to no avail. Then Minor gets his NWS Scotch Championship as he tosses out Jason, the Situation, whacks Hellhound and Anubis in the face, busting him wide open. Then he whacks Jason, the Situation, in the back of the head, busting him open as well. Minor wins the match and obtains the NWS Scotch Championship win, and still NWS Scotch champion Michael Scott's Minor via pinfall by busting his opponent open as this match lasted 15 minutes. Gotta say, this is a really good match. Really good match. Really good. I mean, Michael Minor is the longest reigning NWS Scotch champion. The question is, who is going to be the guy to beat him, and who is going to be the guy to take it off him? And then after the match, Minor and Jason get into a huge brawl as security has to separate them. Jason, in the Situation, says he wants to face Minor one-on-one for his NWS Scotch championship. This brings out General Manager Mr. Jesse Acevedo as he books Jason, the Situation versus Michael Scott's Minor for the Scotch Championship of Revolution Chamber. Interesting. That should be a really good match. Will Jason, the Situation, be the one to take the Scotch title off of Michael Minor? And then me and Matt say commentary. Business has again picked up for Revolution Chamber pay-per-view. Our general manager has just booked another match, Jason, the Situation versus Michael Scott's Minor for the Scotch Championship, which will take place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of ECW. And then backstage, Michael Cole interviews Ian Clint asking his thoughts on facing Mitchell Maya tonight. Ian says he has unfinished business. Maya does not exactly trust him or believe that he is changing. A couple of moments, he will make Maya his bitch and beat the hell out of him Scottish style. And me and Matt was plugged the fourth match. Ian Cleveland versus Mitchell Maya. This was the fourth match as Ian and Maya trade blows. Of Ian wastes no time as he punches Maya and stomps him. Then Maya battles back as he slams him and gives him a single leg takedown and sidewalk slam. Then Ian battles back for wheelbarrow arm drag, then a wheelbarrow driver. Then Ian locks Maya in a Komoro lock, but Maya refuses to submit and gets out of it as he hits Ian with an uppercut and atomic chop as Ian and Maya are wrestling back and forth. Scott Casey escalates, Silver and General Joy attack both Ian and Mayette, causing a double disqualification. A disgusted Josh Matthews says in comedy, "For God's sakes, this is ridiculous. Those scumbag cowards, the Agents Incorporated, have no business in this match. They've just rooted." Scott Knight and Jerry lay Mayette and Ian out the night. Star Drop and SCG Driver and Jerry Bomb, as well as to Ian. Then they delivered a triple powerbomb to both Ian and Mayette, winning no contest this match just 8 minutes. And you know, no surprise that the Agents Incorporated would interfere in this match. And then Dallison comes down, beats the hell out of Mayette, and drops him with the Claymore kick, and then grabs a steel chair and puts it on Mayette's head as Claymore kicks Mayette again, this time with the steel chair. The Agents Incorporated then fist bump and embraces. They stand out Scott Kisageo, Sir Robert Knight, and General Jerry Bob the triple power bomb Ian, but Jack Harvey runs down as the Agents Incorporated flee. No surprise that the Agents Incorporated would do things like that. And then Michael Cole interviews 2019 NWS Royal Rumble winner Jesse James resurrects. Michael Cole has a sit-down interview with Royal Rumble winner Jesse James resurrect and congratulates him on winning the 2019 NWS Royal Rumble. Jesse thanks him. Michael Cole says, "You're welcome, good sir." Cole then asks Jesse what he has been up to lately. Jesse says he has been very busy recently and has been thinking where he stands. Cole then asks Jesse why he chose to face Dallas for the NWS World Heavyweight Championship instead of Scott Kisageo Esquire for the Universal Championship at Revolution Mania 4. Jesse says because him and Dallas go way back and have been wanting to face each other for the world title for quite some time. And Revolution Mania 4 is the perfect time for it because him versus Dallas is a Mania dream match that fans have been dying to see. Cole then asks Jesse to his thoughts on the Agents Incorporated. Jesse says he does not approve of their controlling ways but will stay out of the way. Cole then asks Jesse if he will join the Agents Incorporated. Jesse says with all due respect he will not answer that question here but will in a later video on the NWSRevolution channel. Cole then asks Jesse if he thinks Mitchell Mayette has changed his way. Jesse says he does not believe a word that comes out of Mayette's mouth and will not believe it until he sees it and sees Mayette is a man of his and sees if Mayette is truly a man of his own word, but never wants to see him as a world heavyweight champion ever again or any type of singles championship. Cole then asks Jesse if he and Dallas are still on the same page and are still friends. Jesse says he does not have any problem with Dallas and still has the utmost respect for him and that he and Dallas are still on the same page. But with all due respect, he plans on beating Dallas for the World Heavyweight Championship at Revolution Mania 4 because he will get back what is rightfully his because it's long overdue. The interview ends with Michael Cole thanking Jesse for the time. Jesse says "You're welcome. Thank you for having me." As me and Kenneth say, that was a great interview. And then it's the NWS Universal Championship match. Scott Kisageo Esquire with Dan Lambert in his corner. Special guest commentator Sir Bob Knight defeated Negan from The Walking Dead. This was the fifth match as Sir Bob Knight joined me and Don Callis for the commentary. Scott and Negan had a back and forth wrestling match with Negan taking him down as he waylays and this guy and beats the hell out of him. He slams his head and out for a turn because he gives Scott a swinging neckbreaker. Then Scott wakes Negan in the eyes and gives him a double arm DDT and a shadow machine. Then a sit up crucifix powerbomb and a 450 senton. Negan fights back with an axe handle to then a fireman's carry and bell clip and choke bomb. Dan Lambert then gets on the apron to distract the referee as Negan then goes after Dan Lambert when he's about to attack him, but Scott attacks Negan from behind, then from Negan from behind, and then snaps him. Matheson says that damn never distracting the referee. Knight and asks Matheson what the hell he's talking about. Dan never was just doing was asking the referee a question. Maybe in the middle match, and I Don Callis say maybe he was and I make a joke and comment and say maybe he was asking the referee a question how to be a proper referee, and then Scott then gives Negan a cross chop in a monkey flip as Negan fights Scott off and gives him a loop fast pass and a cannonball Satan splash as he delivers the Frankenstein as Negan goes to pin him, but the Dan Lambert pulls up the referee and slaps him. Josh Matheson says in commentary with discuss, "Oh, come now, that scumbag Dan Lambert has just stopped the referee as Knight tells Matheson to stop being a conspiracy theorist and falsely accusing Dan Lambert of doing something wrong. Besides, the referee is doing a lousy officiating. I Don Callis says maybe he had I say maybe the referee had a mosquito on his face because he looks like one. Because and I say maybe maybe Sir Bob Knight has a mosquito on his face because Sir Bob Knight actually looks like a mosquito. And then and then then once again Robert Knight yells at me, yells at Josh Mathis, telling him to stop being a conspiracy theorist. Listen, and then the referee's yelling at us, saying, "Stop the kills and Dan Lambert of doing something falsely wrong." When besides the referee's doing lousy fishing, yada yada yada, same old shit from Robert Knight. Then and then Knight says he has to, and then So Robert Knight then gets up. Then So Robert Knight says he has to take care of something. So Robert Knight gets up from the commentary table and maces Negan in the face. Mathis then says, "You gotta be kidding me! That idiot So Robert Knight just maced Negan in the face." Wait. Face. And then once again and then I get and then Josh Mathis gets a text from King Kyle Bernard Nod who says, "What did Sir Bob and I just say to you about being a conspiracy theorist? Besides, maybe Negan had another mosquito on his face." Mathis says he did, and then Josh Mathis says he did not have a mosquito on his face. So what man is helping Scott cheat you and don't be ridiculous. Yes. And then So what and I then returns to the commentary table as he low blows. Negan drops him the SCG driver for the victory to retain the NWS Universal Championship. Winning still NWS Universal Champion Scott Kisigo Esquire via pinfall with the SCG driver. This match lasted 19 minutes 45 seconds. After the match, So Up Night and leaves the commentary table, then God celebrates with Scott Kisigo Esquire and embraces them as they return to the Skybox Suite. For a moment there, I thought that Negan was actually gonna defeat Scott Casey Gale for the Universal Championship, but if it wasn't for interference, which from Dan Lambert, I actually think that Negan would have been able to beat Scott Casey Gale fair and square if it wasn't interference from Dan Lambert and So Up Night. And then the Agents Incorporated Skybox so the Scott Casey Gale Esquire goes to freshen up. King Carly Bernard and asks NWS World Heavyweight Champion Dallas Coleman about facing Mike the Axe Murder tonight. Dallas says Mike the Axe Murder is just another dumbass big mouth, just like his brother Michael Minor, who complains all the time. In a couple minutes, he will shut Mike Murder up, just like he did in Cleveland this past Sunday. So Robin then said, So Robin then has the boy who flies at him and Scott back on his lap for punishment. Dodson goes to walk down the aisle for his match, as So Robin is making the little boy, the boy sit in his lap. And then me and Mathis plugged the co-main event, NWS World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. Dallas Coleman with Dan Lambert in his corner defeated Mike the Axe Murder. This was the co-main event as Dallas and Mike beat the hell out of each other as Dallas gives Mike a boulder punch and a body splash and moonsault. Then Mike bites Dallas up and gives a bicycle kick and a back body jump and flying elbow and leap lariat as he plants Dallas with the murder bomb and grabs the ladder and sets it up and goes to climb it and grab the NWS World Heavyweight Championship. But Dallas gets up and pulls Mike off and pounds away on, and then gives Mike a pendulum backbreak and crossbody Samoan drop, shooting star senton and spinebuster. Dallas then hits Mike on the head with a champagne bottle as he goes to climb the ladder, but Mike gets up and climbs the ladder as well as both men are trading blows, which causes him to go crashing through glass tables. The fans are chanting, "Holy shit!" Dallas and Mike Miller both busted open. Both men slowly get up as they are wrestling back and forth. Mike hits Dallas with the Falcon Arrow and is about to plant another murder bomb, but Dallas flips over Mike and lays him out with the Claymore kick and then climbs the ladder and successfully grabs his NWS World Heavyweight Champion and retains. And winning still NWS World Heavyweight Champion Dallas Coleman via climbing ladder, then grabbed the NWS Championship. But this match lasted 20 minutes and 47 seconds. Gotta say, great match between Dallas Coleman and Mike the Axe Murder. What a hell of a match. What a hell of a ladder match. I was impressed. And then back in the H Corporate Skybox Suite, Scott Kisigill Esquire is out shouted wearing a black three-piece pinstripe suit with a silk red dress shirt and checkered red tie that Sir Rob and I got him for Christmas. General Jerry then makes a speech on how he will beat and humiliate Jack Harvey tonight and still be the NWS Intercontinental Champion and become the new owner of the NWSRevolution. Jerry says that he is dedicating this match to his brothers, the Agents Incorporated, and to Mr. Snippy as well. Jerry then gets ready for the main event. Backstage, Michael Cole interviews Jack Harvey, asking him how ready he is. Jack says more ready than ever, but more ready than ever than he more ready than ever because tonight it's not just about fighting to become the Intercontinental Champion. He is fighting for the company he created, that he made with the help of the fans who believed in him and his brothers, and he will not let them down. Tonight, he will finally get his hands on the gutless bastard General Jerry for running him over, and all the shit he pulled. And then me and Matt plug the main event and let everyone know what's at stake. It was the main event, NWS Intercontinental Championship match and NWS ownership winner take all match. General Jerry ripped Dan Abbott in his corner, defeated Jack Harvey and Shane McMahon in his corner. This was the main event as Jack wasted no time beating the hell out of Jerry and whipping him like a government nail as Jack gives elbow strikes and bench presses and then stomps some mud hole in him and walks it dry. Jack is pounding away on Jerry as he nails him with the mic check and goes to pin him, but Dan Lambert puts Jerry's foot on the ropes. Josh Mavis says that damn Dan Lambert again getting involved in matches. Jack gives chase to Lambert and is about to beat on him, but Jerry attacks Jack from behind and throws him in the ring as he stomps on him and gives him a face-breaking face buster and then elbow strikes of his own as he locks Jack in a Jerry counter device. But Jack refuses to give up and lock Jerry in the crossface. Dan Lambert then gets on the ring apron and again the distraction, but Shane McMahon pulls him up and chases him. While Jack is still has Jerry in the crossface and finally lets go, Jerry low blows Jack and drops him with the Jerry bomb as he goes to pin him, but Jack has his foot on the rope and bites Jerry off as they trade blows. And then Jack gives Jerry a top rope elbow strike and hits Jerry with the V trick and signals for the dirty deeds. Dan Lambert then attacks Shane McMahon from behind that ringside as Jack and Jerry set up as Jack has Jerry set up for the dirty deeds. Dan Lambert then gets on the ring and once again Jack is about to go after Lambert, but Jerry attacks Jack from behind, low blows Jack. Jack saving Dan Lambert and then gets the pinfall on Jack with his feet on the ropes as the ref does not see and counts 1 to 3. Jerry then retains the NWS Intercontinental Championship, becomes the new owner of the NWSRevolution. A very disgusted Josh Matthews on time says this cannot be. That bastard General Jerry is the new owner of the NWSRevolution. When and still NWS Intercontinental Champion being new owner and chairman General Jerry via pinfall as this match lasted 27 minutes and 17 seconds. And the fans are chanting, "This is bullshit." The Asian corporate came out to celebrate with General Jerry. Josh Mathis and the fans on Pierre discussed Don Callis and Shock says, "What the fuck just happened?" NWS ringing out Paul Heyman announces General Jerry is the new owner of the NWSRevolution. King Cody Bernard, Scott Kisigo, Esquire, Sowa, but Night Dallas Cameron, are still celebrating with General Jerry. Josh Mathis says, "What is going to happen in the NWSRevolution now? We are out of time. Good night, everybody." Don Callis says, "See you next week." The show goes up the air if the H Incorporated celebrating. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? I mean, I was really hoping that. General Jerry cheated to beat Jack Harvey. What is going to happen? What is Jack Harvey going to say in his next promo? How is he going to respond to General Jerry cheating to beat him and taking away ownership from him? And will Jack Harvey say anything about Dan Lambert getting involved? Also, what is General Jerry going to say about being new owner? We all know he's going to brag, but what is Ian Clean going to say? What is Ian Clean going to say about his loss to Dallas in his next promo? Will Ian Clean and who is the guy that Ian Clean is talking about facing this person in Revolution Impact? It's a surprise. We never know what's going to happen. What is going to happen? What is Scott Casey Gill Esquire going to say in his next promo? Because I believe he's expected to cut a promo. More in an hour or so, or maybe later tonight. But anyway, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? We never know. Anyway, there's our Don Callis gotta say this coming Thursday. NWS backstage interview. Michael Cole will do the Revolution Impact breakdown preview, and Michael Cole will also be doing next week's NWS Revolution Impact review. I just all that Don Callis gotta say is thank you for watching and good night, everybody, and I'll see you Thursday with the commentator with Josh Mathis for Revolution Impact. Don Callis out.